Welcome to Sisters Connect, a podcast that celebrates the amazing sister friends that I admire and who keep me inspired. I'm your host, Kimberly Sumter.
Hi, my name is Latoya. Sisterhood means to me family, making a connection, and unity. When I'm with my sisters, my friends, I call them my sisters. We get together, we connect, and they're my family.
Thank you so much, Latoya, and thank you for joining me for episode number 64 of the Sisters Connect podcast. Today I'll be talking to my sister friends, Patricia Charisma Bivens and Robin Bullock, co-owners of Carriage Suite, the premier Black-owned baby carriage boutique in Harlem, New York. Today we'll talk about how the boutique offers more than carriages, but has become a haven for their customers, mothers, and families to gain access to valuable resources, and that they have a mission to spread love and light in their community. We'll also discuss their close bond as sister friends and business partners, so be sure to support their business by visiting their website at carriagesuite.com. Now, it's time to connect. Robin and Patricia, we're going to talk about this incredible business that you two have created together as friends called Carriage Suite, and you're located in Harlem. I want to know all about the business, but before we talk about that, I want to know how the both of you met and connected as sister friends. Who's going to tell the story?
I'll start and she'll finish. About 10, 11 years ago, a friend of ours did a fitness camp, and it was about 10 sisters there. Robin was there, I was there, it was a bunch of women there. And me and Robin, instantly connected, but we kept saying to each other, we remember each other, but we didn't remember where we remembered each other from. So we just started building our relationship for months. I started watching her children because I was doing childcare at the time. A lady that I knew that raised me, from my area that used to take me to church when I was younger, passed away. So I went to the funeral, and who was there? Robin and her mother. And I'm like, how you know Miss Alice? She was like, how you know Miss Alice? And I'm like, Miss Alice used to take me to church when I was little. And she was like, no way. Miss Alice was a member of my father's church. And we both looked at each other and we was like, that's where we remember each other from, the church. We was both on the choir. It was her father's church. And we connected. Our parents knew each other, and it was like we kept saying we remember each other, but we just didn't remember from where. And that's how we realized that we remembered each other from childhood. And then we separated. Of course, she was living on the west side. Her parents moved to the east side, and I was still on the west side. We grew up, and then we connected as we gotten older. So for the last 11 years, we've been thick as thieves.
I knew when I saw Pat, I was like, I know this girl. I knew it was more. I knew her mother. Like, it was just weird. Like, I know her family. And we just couldn't put it together. But when we went to Miss Alice's funeral, when I say clicked, I was like, I think you were like one of my good friends though. Like, but we're talking about, we're like 5, 6, 7-year-old girls. And I'm like, no, I think you were more than like just going to church. Like, you were my friend. And yeah, and from that moment, when I say in each other's eyes every day, like nothing happened. Like, it's really weird because you would think we were together every day since we were 5. So I can't explain it, but even our families, the way our families have mended and connected, like my niece, her grandmother, and Pat's aunt are best friends. So we know this out that we were meant to be besties and sisters because of just the connection that we have down the line and the people we know, and all connected.
So we can say for sure that the both of you being together, being really close friends and being bonded is definitely divine, right?
Absolutely. A divine intervention. Absolutely.
So we go from that, where you were friends from way back when, to becoming real good sister friends as women, at this time in your life. Tell me how you both got into working in law enforcement, because I think that that's pretty interesting as well.
Well, Robin was already in her career. I was an entrepreneur. I was running a childcare business of my own, and I was also running my husband's, at the time, my ex-husband, nonprofit agency. So I was a stay-at-home mom running 2 businesses. Robin was already a police officer. I decided to go back to school about 8 years ago. I went to McAllister for funeral services. So I graduated in December 2019. to be a licensed funeral director for the state of New York. So I'm actually one board exam away from being a funeral director. So I have a sister friend who's a funeral director in New Jersey, and she was friends with a former chaplain for the state. And I was already doing work in the prisons, but I was in the city prisons with my ex-husband's nonprofit. I was on Rikers Island. And my sister friend from Jersey connected me with a chaplain from the state because she knew what I was doing. And she wanted me to come into the state prisons to speak to the women about giving funerals the way the Muslims are buried. So about 8 years ago, I did that, volunteered some services, went into the state prisons, spoke to the women about how to do washing, which is a janazah for Muslims when they pass, how we wash and shroud the body. And they were so intrigued with how I spoke to the women that they decided to hire me. It was nothing that I was planning on doing. I didn't really want to do it at the time, but I had to accept the offer. I work on my own schedule, and it's just amazing. That was something that was given to me by God as well, because it wasn't something that I was looking forward to. It was just thrown in my lap. It's been 6 years now that I've been hired with the state to, go into the prisons and speak to the women, and I love it.
That's amazing, and I'm not surprised at all. You have the most calming spirit ever, so I totally see that being a direction, you providing so much comfort for people in need, especially at a time like that. So that's totally fitting to me. So I'm not surprised. All right. And what about you, Robin?
So no, being a police officer was nowhere near what I went to school for. So I went to Talladega College, HBCU in Alabama, in Talladega, Alabama. Major was mathematics. And so came out supposed to be a math teacher. And when I came back to New York, they threw me in a high school. And I was not ready for that high school. And so I said, you know what? I need a break. I feel like I've been doing school. Can I just do me? And so my father said, you know what? You can do you, but you need to take some city tests. I'm going to try to support you for a little bit, but I need you, homegirl, to take these tests. And so I took all the city tests in America. I took corrections. I took court officer, everything. And NYPD called me. So I said, all right, well, I'll try it, but I promise you, I'm not going to do this. Took the test, passed the physical, and then they called me okay, girlfriend, you ready? And so I said, I don't think this is for me. But at the same time, my father had just passed. So I felt like he was setting me up for something. And I didn't know what it was, but because he had directed me into city test, I said, all right, Dad, let me see how far you're going to take me with this. I'm going to ride with you. And look, 17, 18 years later, I'm a police officer. And when I tell you, he really set me up from driver's license, from just everything that I needed to become a police officer. It was taken care of because he put that in place. And so I just felt like it was a message from him that this is what I was supposed to be doing. And so I know I started out to be a teacher, which you are impacting youth, but here I am still impacting youth, but the community and the people, just in general, I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do, just in a different uniform. So I just can't believe it. And I'll be retiring soon. And it's a bittersweet situation for me. I'm excited about it because I have this whole new baby, Carriage Suite, to nurture. But I'm also sad because I'm, helping the community is big.
Right.
Is big. And I feel like we need officers who look like me and who feel the way I feel and who are raising Black boys and who get it. So that's the part about that I'm sad. But I'm here. I'm doing the work. Carriage Suite gives me that avenue and that vehicle to still touch and to reach.
Both of you are working in the community right now based on what you do. With Carriage Suite, still have an opportunity to really impact the community. And I love the fact that you are able to impact young men as well who are fathers. So let's talk about Carriage Suite, the first Black-owned, woman-owned, Black woman-owned, or a luxury brand baby store in Harlem. So that's a major thing. Not only do you sell inside the store, but you also utilize your space for a place to bring awareness and resources and community. Why was this the business that you decided to start together?
It was me and my sister who thought about there was nothing like strollers in our neighborhood. We had to always go downtown somewhere Yonkers, like somewhere we always had to travel to get baby stuff, or if I should say good baby stuff. And so when me and Pat reconnected, I would always tell her, like, sis, wouldn't it be dope? Because you're already into the children thing. You babysit, but wouldn't it be amazing to have our own stroller company? And she was like, that would be dope. But we didn't pay it really no mind. Didn't really entertain it, but would always talk about it. Like, what music would we listen to? Like, just silly, just out of the blue. I'm like, sis, you know what? Wouldn't we have nice floors if we had a store? She'd be like, I know we would. So, I mean, this went on, oh my God, a good 6-7 years this went on.
No, it went on so much that when we used to talk about it, I'm the type of person, I write everything down. So we used to talk about things, and because I already started and know how to start businesses, I used to be like, let's stop talking about this and let's put it to paper. So I would write stuff down that we spoke about. We already adapted the name.
Right. And the Carriage Suite came because we knew it would be carriage, but we wanted it to be like a hotel. When you walk into a hotel, that elegant but amazing feel, like it just takes you to another place, like you feel relaxed. And so that's where the suite came from. And that's also what the store kind of, what we want the store to look, feels like a hotel suite, like you're coming in to just let it all go and relax.
Well, I haven't been in the store physically, but I've seen the pictures, and you nailed that. If that's what you were going for, you totally nailed that, because the pictures look beautiful. It looks so inviting. Tell me about your customers, and, what is it like day to day running this business, and who are the people who are actually coming into the store?
Well, we have a variety of different people that come into the store. Of course, we in Spanish Harlem, so we get a lot of Spanish families that come into the store. We get people from all over, actually, because we made such an impact on social media. We get people that's from different parts of everywhere that say, I seen you on TikTok and I had to come to this store. So we attract all type of people, and that's what we was going for when we decided to have Carriage Suite. It wasn't a one particular people we was looking for. It's because everyone had babies. Black, brown, orange, yellow, Christian, Jews, whoever. We all have babies, and that's something that we have in common. The love that we have for, the babies that come into our lives. So we're trying to attract everyone. This is not just for a particular people. It's for the mothers, the fathers, the grandmothers, the uncles, the aunts, the godparents, the cousins, the friends. Because when someone have a baby, everyone stand up. It's that village. That village stand up and help raise these babies. So this store is for everyone.
Yeah, and I think what is so amazing about the store is that it doesn't matter when grandmas come in, they find things that they love. First time aunties, like it doesn't matter what the title is, they find something in here that they love. Even though Carriage Suite does look amazing, we want everybody to come in and leave with something. So a lot of times we give people to come in here like, this place is so gorgeous. I'm not too sure if we can afford something. And when we say, come on in, like you absolutely can. And they're really surprised about what they can afford. But I think it's just about the look. They're not used to going into stores and having this hospitality and customer service. You are supposed to be greeted at the door. You're supposed to have a marble floor. Like this is what we as a people should be used to and accustomed to. And if you're not, come into Carriage Suite because this is what it is. And you don't have to have $1 million to come out and feel good and to get good products. So, we did work on our decor and really put passion into what we wanted to look like and feel. But we also want you to understand that you can come in here and love is free. A smile is free. Our personalities is definitely free. And you actually can come in here and get things. And the things that you get are so needed. We have walking shoes, and we understand that the walking shoes for this generation are the ugliest things ever, right? So we get that, but we understand the importance of it. These children need to have good, solid shoes on their feet. So what did we do? We know they like bling. We know this generation likes all this gory stuff. So what we did, we customized the shoes. We put the baby's name on there. Whatever you want that's going to get this shoe on this child's feet, let's do it. That's why we really, really, really know that Carriage Suite is needed. And at the end of the day, when we look at our numbers as far as strollers and what we service, our community service is much greater than these strollers going out. And it's okay. You come in here for a stroller, but you leave with so much more. And we are okay with that.
We had a gentleman come in here and tell us it's like coming to the barbershop when he come in here. Because he come in here for one thing and he leaves out with a whole conversation about something else, It's amazing. It's just amazing, the stories. Just even recently, we had a young man come in here and he was just walking through the block and just happened to stumble upon our store, and he was having his first baby. So he started telling us how the girlfriend is mad at him. She's not speaking to him, and he didn't know what he should do. And the way we loved on that young man when he was in this store, he walked out feeling so proud of being a father again. We told him about a woman, yes, she's going through her hormones. Please don't take it personal, but she loves you. You're the father of this child. And the dope part is you're still shopping for this baby. But he was so emotional about her not speaking to him. He didn't understand why. He like, what did I do wrong? And we sat this young man down and just schooled him on a woman.
But that is the part where I said that you are building a community. You're building more than just an empire and a business. You're building a community. You're building trust within the community. I really love the fact that you're having conversations with young men who are coming in and that they feel like they can come and sit on the couch and have a conversation with you. And that is incredibly major. So you transitioning out of your job, Robin, as a police officer, you are still servicing and being able to touch the lives of young men, young women, and just people in general in your community, just in the space that you are in. You have resources and events that happen at your location, photo shoots and all of that. So it's definitely a one-stop shop. So tell me a little bit more about those types of things that you have.
Yes. Okay, so we actually partner with the Department of Health. We have a lactation corner for breastfeeding moms. So when they come in, we have a whole corner for them. We have a refrigerator, breast pump. We have a screen where they can cover themselves. We have a book reading corner with stuff for the children. We have rocking chairs and little toys and books that they can read. We actually partner with a young Black entrepreneur. Her name is Moesha. She have two businesses. One is Good for the Culture and one is Read It and Leave It, where she give free books to organizations. The children and the families can come and read the books, but they have to leave them. But she also have things where she give out free books at times as well. We did Summer Youth, but we loved on them all summer. They was amazing. They changed our whole life.
And every week we had somebody come in and speak to them. So we either had somebody come in or we went out just to get them exposed and to love on them and to show them if there's something you want to do, let's do it. Let's start the seed. Let's start to water what you guys want to do. We were an extension of their mothers and fathers.
But you're telling me all these things that are happening in the store, all the things that you're doing, which are incredible. How do you balance it all, and how do you work together to make sure that things run like a well-oiled machine in the business?
Well, first of all, I think it's prayer. Prayer helps us, guides us through everything that we do every day. Ask us how we do it. We really don't know. We just do it. We definitely have time management. We know that our family is important first. Well, ourselves, I should say, we are important. Our families, our jobs, and then the store.
Yeah, and you know I think what really, really helps us is that our family believes in what we're doing. I don't think it's something that we had to persuade them. We didn't have to do it for a year and then test it out. From day one, they've been on board and they've been supporting us. So it makes it very easy for us. And they want to help. And they are here when we call on them. So it's not something that me and her are just doing on our own. It is really our whole family. I mean, you'll come in here sometimes and our children are here. This is because this is where their mothers are. So, or you'll come in here and my son is on one of the computers doing a Zoom with his tutor. So somehow, some way, Carriage Suite has become a second home to us all because we spend a lot of time here. One of the key things is that we are not selling anything, a dream. It is a reality for us all of our families. And that support that they give us is unconditional. It just brings a little pressure off. If I'm running late, if Pat is running late, we can call somebody right there. Or if a package is come early, I can call my mother. I'm like, Ma, I need you to go get the package. It's really has been like that. And our nieces and my sisters. And when I tell you family business, this is what I mean. So even though it looks like it's just us two, it is a family affair here. And so that is also key too. That has made Carriage Suite really, really run smoothly. We know how important Carriage Suite is. And I think that's what makes us go hard and figure it out. And our family meets us right here. There's not one ingredient. It's hard to duplicate this.
I want to know, Robin, what is the thing that you love most about your friend Patricia?
The thing I love about her most is I don't know if people know how silly she is, but she is silly. Silly, and she's bossy too. Yeah. She's. I know that whole
telling on you
that you felt from. That's good. I love it too. Yeah, God is good. No, seriously. All jokes aside, I feel like what I love about Sis is that where I end, she picks up, and so it's consistent. Is where I lack, she fills in. What I don't know, she knows. Or knows how to get it. Or knows what we should be doing. I don't have to really say much. She feels it. She knows it. And you can't buy that. You can't. I'm getting teary-eyed, but that's what I love, that I don't have to talk much. I don't have to say much. She knows and feels it and gets it and does it. And that's what's up. That's priceless. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I can't, I could go on and on. Maybe that should be the first chapter of the book, but that probably could be its own book, really. Everybody wants to be Pat's friend. Like, she's that girl that everybody's like, yo, that's my best friend. Like, everybody wants to call Pat their best friend because you need someone like that in your corner.
And I think it's really important, even though we know what we know about our closest friends and the people that we love, sometimes it's really nice for that person to receive it and to be able to hear that. So take all that in. So Patricia, I want to know what you love most about Robin.
Her personality. She has a dope personality, and her love. She loves unconditionally. And that's hard to match. When I look at Robin, sometimes I look at myself. Looking at Robin and being with Robin is like a reflection of me. It was hard to going through many different friendships. And to me, the person like Robin was like God sent. It was definitely God sent. You ain't supposed to be crying. It is. Yeah.
But these are happy tears, everyone. These are happy tears. My friend Norma, she's in Texas. I'm in Jersey, so I don't get a chance to see her, but we talk every single day. I totally feel you. I understand what it means to have a true bond, sisterhood, friendship. We feel closer than sisters, and we get each other. So I love to hear that, because I think that there are lots of women who are moving through life who've never experienced what it truly feels like to have someone who they can trust 1000%, right? And that's important. It's really important. So I just wanted to hear that, because the both of you are just beautiful, beautiful people. So I'm glad that you had a chance to share that.
What's weird, me and Robin talk every day. We tell each other we love each other every day. But I don't know if we ever really expressed the type of love, because I believe that love doesn't have to be spoken. It's something that you feel. And we just felt this energy from each other all the time, from the day that we met each other. And, especially as an older adult. Well, when we started this business and we was going around to many people that we knew that had businesses and that had partners in businesses, and everybody would tell us, y'all are gonna fight. And we would look at each other and be like, fight? We never had a fight in our life. We're not gonna fight. They would say, listen, be prepared. That's your partner. Y'all gonna have your first fight real soon. And we would look at each other like, never, we'll never fight her. So when we would have disagreements, especially in business, we would have disagreements and we would remember everything people would tell us, and we would look at each other and we'd be like, argument. our first argument. So what we do is we laugh when we feel like we're having a disagreement. But I think it's respect. We definitely respect each other enough, and we work with each other. If Robin wants to do something, I'm going to follow her. And if it was a mistake, we're going to look at each other and say, well, we tried. And vice versa. She called me bossy, but she's just as bossy as I am. And she'll say, no, we're going to do it this way. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then when it don't work, or if it do work, she'll be like, I had to do it. I just needed to do it. And we'll do that to each other. But what we do is give each other the space to see if it was something that worked or didn't work. And we don't get on each other about it. We just say, okay, we did it. Now we see it don't work. Let's do this. Or it worked. Let's continue to do that. So I think the love that we have for each other is felt. It's not something we ever expressed. Someone gave us a book recently too about trust. And we read the first couple of pages and we was like, I don't know if we ever told each other we trust each other. We just know we do. It's just something that we just felt. It was just like we did,
This is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much, I think there's so much for the both of you to be able to share. And we are going to talk about what's going to happen in the next 3 years, 5 years. Where do you see yourself in business, right? That was actually the plan of what I was going to ask, but I think that the story is going to continue for the both of you. And I think it's all steeped in community and love. That whatever it is that you do, it's going to be based in that. So if you were to give any advice to any sister friends out there who are in business right now, maybe with another friend, or plan to be in business, what is the advice that you would give?
Do it. Take a leap of faith and do it. Have faith.
And I think always try to remind each other what you're doing. And no secrets, because sometimes life is going on, things is going on. You can lose focus on your goals. Working with Pat, we constantly are talking and communicating and expressing what we want our goals to be, because sometimes we can get off track. And it's okay, because life is just crazy like that. But when working with somebody else, gotta constantly always be talking. It's about communicating. It really is, because we could start off on Monday and say, you know what? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to talk about strollers. And then Wednesday come around, I'm talking about clothes. So it's just about staying together. Like, it's okay if this road doesn't go this way. Let's rock out this way. But let's rock out together. Like, let's do it together. It's okay. And we mess up all the time. We mess up all the time, I promise you, because this is new for us. When I say all the time, we mess up all the time. But it's never one of those like, I can't even tell sis what I did. It's not that. It's like, I gotta tell her and we're gonna fix it, but I'm gonna fix it together. And we're going to work on it together and communicate. It's gonna work. It has to. And that's with anything. And all relationships are work. And that's what people don't understand. It's just not easy. It's a relationship and you have to work at it. It's a marriage and you have to work. You got to put the work in. You got to put the love in. And whatever you got to do. It's a relationship. You got to work.
For me is knowing that you started a relationship in peace. I think you should end a relationship in peace. And that's with me for all relationships, marriages, children, everything.
Right.
You peaceful with these people when you first meet them. You should end in peace. If it's not working, let's communicate that. This is not working for me. I don't think it's working for you either. If we need to end this, let's end this. But I still love you. But let's end this relationship. And it's all about respect. It's just to have respect for one another. You know that old saying that your grandmother taught you? Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's the way I want to be treated. So I'm going to treat you the way I want to be treated.
I try to tell Pat all the time. I get really scared when we do these podcasts and when we do our lives, because I don't want people to feel like we are fake in a way or perfect. But when I tell you, everybody's like, this is how these girls are every day. Like, if you know us, you know us. This is it. This is raw, honest, uncut, real. And I think it's from our backgrounds. I think it's because we know what it is. And we've seen love. We grew up with love in our hearts. And so, we just try to spread that all over the place. But when you come into Carriage Suite, this is really what you're going to get. You're going to get genuine love and fun. And if you watch our live, this is what we do all day. We laugh and play all day long. Life is going to give you those times where you have to be serious. And so I don't feel like life gives you enough time to be funny and to have fun. And that's what we are making. I want that to be more, than needed. So, you are one of our friends. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
So it's good to know I don't have to be in my 9th month in order to be your friend. I can just be your friend. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, you are.
Ladies, I just very grateful and thankful that you've decided to take the time to sit with me and have this conversation. And again, we're going to have a lot of conversations. There's lots to talk about and visits and things that I have to make over to Harlem. So please drop the address.
The address is located at 172 East 104th Street between 3rd and Lexington Avenue in Spanish Harlem, El Barrio on the east side. Please follow us on our IG. Go on our website, carriagesuite.com, because you definitely can see all the stuff that we're doing. Please come stop by. Just say, come on in and say what's up, girls.
Hey sis, thank you so much for being a part of today's conversation. If you want to get more information on today's guest or our previous guests, make sure you visit our website at sistersconnect.com. Until next time, see you soon. Bye.